Hi, today I'm here to tell you why your power is with you, why your power lies with you. So, from a victim mentality or point of view, when circumstances takes place in your life, which they will inevitably take place, you ascribe the responsibilities of those circumstances to something else outside of you. You say, why this? Why is it this happening to me? Why should I deserve this? Why am I going through this? Right? That is from a victim mentality. Again, you don't have the responsibility again to say, no, I create my own universe, I create my own world, because again, you have ascribed everything to everything outside of you. You think the world happens at you. You know, the life is beating you up, is working against you, right? And that's what you're putting out there to the universe, because you are energetic, you are an energy field, you are an energy yourself. So from a victim mentality, we acquiesce our responsibility, or we give away our responsibility to take care of ourselves from the depth of creation itself, because you are a creator of your own life, your own dreams, your own destiny. Because once you ascribe it to something else, you don't want to take action, right? You say, no, I'm going through this tough time because of this situation. And then you have this mentality, no, I can't get that. Who am I? No, me, I'm not going to achieve that. I'm not going to get there. No. Then that's what you are, right? That's from a victim mentality. But this is how now you get your power. The shift now is the responsibility, right? Responsibility. Right now you understand that, okay, there's a situation happening in your life, circumstance, whatever, and it's whatever, negatively so, or you see it as negative. But if you don't see how that situation is teaching, what is teaching you for you to still carry on with your life, nothing's going to take place. Like, nothing's going to take place. Okay, I'm arguing now. You can argue with me also. God didn't create us here to come here and suffer. If now you see it that way, right? If again you see it in a victim point of view, that there's something out there that made you, and now it's gonna judge you for whatever that you're doing. Again, you are still shifting the power within you, right? Because it's not out there, it's within you, right? So if you think like that, still I challenge you. So you think you came here to suffer, you think you came here to, I don't know, carry burdens and be downtrodden, be this poor person in spirit, materially, whatever. If you think that, if you believe that, that's what you're gonna get. So because now you don't think and believe that life happens within you, right? You don't think and believe or see life that it happens from this point of view. This is the station that beams the life, right, that I want to live. You understand? You are the projection of the life that you want to live. So if now you say the whole world out there, what is happening out there is because of your misfortune, for example, in your life is happening because of people out there. Your friend did this to you. Yeah, this guy did this. That girl, and that's why I'm like this. You're still not taking responsibility of your life, because they did that sharp, but you don't understand, or you're not taking responsibility of why did they do that. Did you act in a way that led them to act in that way, right? So did you teach them to treat you in that way, right? Because you must understand, when you're in a lack mentality, you attract people of that dimension and field and frequency and attitude, because you're in that lack mentality. So you might attract people that will use you because they see that, okay, you're lacking self-worth, right? So they'll come and affirm you with things they know they will benefit them, but you will feel affirmed as if you are a person or whatever. But obviously you have to learn the lessons so that you can get your self-worth, because your self-worth is not by people, it's not from people, it's not from things, it's from within your heart, from within your soul, from within you, the way you think, right? Success, again, is something that is shared amongst anyone. It's a formula that can be taught, be learned by anyone. Because why? It is an attitude, mindset situation. It's not a you have to have this, that. No. Attitude, frequency. You have to tune into a certain attitude to do certain things, right? So if you take responsibility of who you are, your life, and what you want to create in your life, you stop blaming other people for what goes on in your life, your shortcomings, because you understand your responsibility in that happening. So let's say, for example, someone treats you badly, you must understand what led to that. You understand? Because you might have let them treat you rather subtly, like that, and now it manifested in, it took time, sort of like it just continued, because you were in sort of like allowing to take place, people to treat you in that certain way, even though maybe it won't be outright, it will be a subtle joke, but obviously it will have connotations into it. But that's not how I want you to look into the world. Don't judge people. You must understand that the good and the bad, or whatever polarities that you find yourselves in, are there to teach you to be who you are supposed to be, right? So it's like you want to be successful. Let's say I want to have a million rand in my bank account. You must understand there's a certain frequency, attitude, right? Certain way you have to be within yourself for you to amass or to be in possession of that amount of money, right? So it doesn't just happen while you are in victim mode, right? Because in victim mode, you are in lack mentality. You think you don't deserve these good things. You think you don't deserve these nice things. And you think again, once you get these things, your Lord, your God will crucify you, because again, you've misunderstood the teachings of the Holy Bible, of the Christian book of faith, that the money is the root of all evil. No, it's not the root of all evil. The lack of it is, right? But then again, once you misunderstand the situation of where we are in terms of spiritual as human beings, because you can't say we are just material, right? We just meat suits flesh. You cannot, right? So spiritually speaking, once you get stuck with materially, you are stuck in the 3D world, right? You are stuck in that first two levels of the Maslow pyramids of needs. You are still in that physiological sphere. You're still battling to get through the material. And again, we were taught that is something that is it's like the first level of you as a human being learning to become who you are spiritually, to self-actualize and all those things. So you must understand what are shadows in your life, right? So that tenant, that first part of that of ascension, of becoming the true self, your best version of who you are, taking responsibility of your life and all those things, you have to understand what are limitations in your life, what makes you have toxicity, you understand, toxic behavior, and then you go through those things, and you don't go through them by thinking again victim mode, that let's say you are an excessive smoker, you're an excessive alcohol drinker, and once you get in that mode, you do things that won't be beneficial to your health and your life, your livelihood and stuff. So you must understand, once you go through those things, once you go through that self-introspection, you don't look into it in terms of victim mode again, to say you blame. No, you have to look into it and understand why you did those things, what was the causal factor, right? Because, for example, you may seek asylum, you may seek refuge in things, drugs, alcohol, whatever, but once you check, there's an underlying situation that you have to deal with, that that substance or that whatever thing that you are dependent on now won't help you. So you look into yourself, you deal with that situation. And again, you must understand, change happens everywhere. So once you change and you become a certain person, certain people won't fit that frequency, that attitude, that vantage point of looking into your life now. So they will fall away or they will fight you. It's because you're changing, you're leveling up into your life. So, and you're gonna be now attracting the right people that are supposed to come into that level. And these ones are not that they are wrong, right? But they were fine for this stage of your life, this period of your life. They've taught you these things. Now you're going to another level of your life. So you can't live your life until you get to 60 years old and you have not learned anything, like nothing about your life. Your life experience is nothing. You've not learned nothing, like nothing at all. But you keep on blaming your misfortunes, your shortcomings on people, on events, on the government, on what. You understand? So you won't get there because now you've externalized your power. You've given it, I don't know to what. You understand? So you have to keep it within the vantage point, the station, the power station is here, is you, right? So you have to tune into what you want to do, because now it wouldn't make any sense. Like, just think about it right now. Even if you're in victim mode now you think that the world is happening against you. I challenge you now. It doesn't make sense for you to think that whomever you believe in as the higher power got you here to suffer, right? Just think about that, right? Even if the higher power is not personal, as in personified, as in a human being, let's leave that out, right? Doesn't make sense. You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot speak ill of your life, right? Speak misfortune of yourself, affirm bad things of your life, and then they take place, and then you say, no, it's something else outside there. No, right? Come back within, see how you are having conversations within your mind, the mental conversation that's not stopping, that's taking place every moment, every time, right? See what you're telling yourself, because you have to know and understand what's going on upstairs here. But again, the mind is not everything. It is everything, but it's not everything, right? So the mind and the heart have to work together. So you have to live your life from your truth. So from your life, from your heart, right? From your truth, and then the thinking of that truth will take place automatically, right? Because your soul knows who you are, what you're about to do, what you have to do, right? So, or your intuition. So this has been programmed, right, by society, television, education, schools, all those things. So you have to take control in terms of understanding, because again, a problem can never be a problem that can be fixed or solved if you don't see it as a problem. So you have to first realize that you have a situation that you have to solve, right? Because obviously you're trying to get somewhere in life, you're trying to hit that level, that mark, that goal, but you see that there's some things that are not right with your behavior for you to take an action or proper actions to get there, or you see that your actions are not really aligned with your goals. So you have to obviously introspect, see what's popping with you, see what's up, and then you regroup and you go again. It's not, because it becomes easier, right, when you see life happening for you, right? When you see the sun rising for you, not against you, right? Because once you're in victim mode, you think that because you are against a certain person, a certain mindset, a certain belief system, a certain political system, a certain way of living, since you think you are against that, you think that should stop, that shouldn't take place. So because you don't like a certain person, so tomorrow the sun shouldn't rise for them, right? Because you have to be affirmed in your convictions of whatever wrong and whatever things that you're doing, right? Because again, you believe you're a creator, but you believe it in a wrong way, right? So don't create bad things and be be confident about being negative on people's lives, because you are not being negative on them, you're being negative on you, right? Because again, you affirming or you speaking ill of anyone, it's within you, it's you. So anything that you see as lack in someone else, it might and most probably be a lack within you. So if you see a lack in someone else, don't correct them because you see them as a less of a person. Understand that maybe you also dealt with that, so that's why you are able to help them or identify that in them. So it's not like, because we're here to learn to become fully human beings, fully whatever flesh. But again, if you are to think that life is just material, then your vantage point of life is just going to be limited. You live a limited life, you think things won't take place, and miracles take place, right? They do happen, but you have to, obviously, they take place in a I don't know how to put it. Okay, let me say it this way. We live our lives thinking that we're just gonna do things miraculously, so like as in snap of a moment, and then you have this beautiful life, you have this beautiful house, this beautiful relationship, family, but we forget that we are the causal factor of that. So which means we have to take steps into becoming that person we want to become, right? So you are what you're looking for, you are whom you've been looking for. Everything that you're craving outside in the world is within you already, right? So you're busy looking out there, but everything, I tell you, everything you've dreamt of is within you, that you want, that you so desire. You are going to make it happen. You will make the things happen. You will make it manifest, right? Because again, what you believe the world is still the way you see the way you see the world is how you see the world, right? It's your own way of seeing the world. It's not everyone seeing the world. So even what I'm saying right now, it's a perspective that won't resonate with everyone, right? But again, I want you to understand that this is not to say you have to think in this way. I'm just trying to make you not to limit yourself to think that you're a meat suit, to think that you are limited by institutions of learning, institutions of affirmations of self-worth, whether you get this or that, reward systems. So I don't want you to limit yourself in that way, to think that, no, I'm just meat suit, I'm just here to pay bills and pay taxes and live on the weekends only, and during the week my time is given to something else. And if you don't want to do that, leave. Don't fight it, right? Go with what your heart resonates to do, because if you're not happy, because again, happiness is an inside job, right? You don't go out there and get it, right? So you have to go within, understand what makes you tick, and be true to yourself with the understanding of trying to get to a fulfillment of yourself. It's not in any way selfish. Self-love is not selfish. And also trying to find out who you are at the core of who you are. It's not selfish. So you can go through that journey, even though maybe a lot of people whom aren't brave enough to go through that journey may judge you. It's okay. They are not in any way bad people. Also, they might at the same time in this lifetime not here to learn those lessons. They're here to learn other lessons. So it's okay. Don't judge people. Just focus on your life, and with the same love you give yourself, you are going to be able to also give it to other people, because you can't give what you don't have or what you aren't, right? So also again, you don't get in the universe what you want. You get whom you are, what you are. So I can lie now and say, I want this. I pray to God and say, give me this car, give me that car, give me this. But I don't believe for a second that I deserve that car. right? So I want this Mercedes Benz, but I don't believe I deserve it. You understand? I think someone else out there deserves it because I see myself as not self-worthy. You understand? So you're not gonna get it because God or your higher power does not understand or is not personal. As in, oh, that's Luvuyo there. Oh my God, he wants a car. Oh my God, he can't go to work. He's using taxis. Oh, he can't do his lively things in his life. Oh, he doesn't have transport. He has to hike. There's no such a thing, right? You, in your energy, once you say, can I have this? You are saying you don't have it, right? So when you pray, you assume you already have it. So when you pray, you say, thank you, God, for this beautiful car that is in my life, right? Then your energy field, yourself now, self-worth, is within that person or that energy field that you want to fulfill, right? So you wake up in the day, you say, I want to achieve my goal. I want to look like this. I want to be like this. But how you get there is assuming that endpoint energy. So they also say when you go through a new path or when you set a goal, you must have the end in the mind, right? The end point in the mind, and then you do the things you execute. So vision. So you believe you already attained it, right? Because the very idea or the very point of you recognizing it as what you want to do, it already exists. What has to happen now is you taking the action, necessary action, and aligning yourself with that same frequency, because it's not difficult to have an idea. Anyone from anywhere can have an idea. Anyone can have an idea. I'm sure an idea line, or if there's such an institution, is full. Everyone have ideas. You understand? But the question is, are you going to take action? Are you going to execute? You understand? Because that's where now the transmutation, the manifestation happens. Because you can't say again to God, thank you for giving me this beautiful car in my life. It's taking me from point A to from point B. I'm able to do these things. You are affirming good things in your life. And then again, inversely, you live life as if you are, I don't know, you go back to your old ways of thinking that you are not worthy of this car, you lacking of this car, you understand, or of this beautiful dream or gift that or whatever that you want to manifest. Then it won't take place because you must hold the vision. Les Brown once likes to say that the most difficult thing is not to come up with the idea. The most difficult thing is to carry that idea through to the finish line. Understand? So even with breaking a habit, you have to obviously have this new shift, this new routine that's going to come in and disrupt the already routine that you already have, that you're trying to break, right? And that routine has to be stronger than the previous one, so it can be impressed upon your subconscious mind and also be manifested in your everyday doing which is your habits, because you're trying to change maybe one point of your life. So it has to be something that it's like you have to program yourself. But when you program yourself, don't think that your subconscious mind thinks the way your conscious mind thinks. So as you think, that's not how your subconscious mind thinks. So if you think you have attained something and you're worthy, that's what your subconscious mind gets, and you feel like that, right? That's what you get, right? Because the unconscious mind, your body, does the most of the involuntary work. Your breathing, all those things, ran by your nervous system and your medulla oblongata. But again, in that consciousness of you, who you are, you have also the superconscious, which is who you are, right? And who you are is that little voice they always tell you. It never shouts. It's always, saying whatever it has to say, but it never shouts. And you have to really listen, to tune in, which is your intuition, who you are, your internal guide system. So, and that's also how most of the time other entities or energies that you refer to as higher powers, gods, angels, demons, however. That's how they manifest into your life. That's how they communicate with you, because they don't have dominion into this realm in terms of having a meat suit. They don't have dominion in terms of being a human being, and they only come to contact with you when you want them to contact you. So if you're thinking limitedly, you're thinking lack, for example, lack physicality of things in the universe, material universe, the aesthetics of things, a nice life, there's nothing wrong with it, but it is ruled by what we call as planet Saturn. So you may say the devil. So, but it's not in a bad way here. It's the devil because most people get trapped and don't see past the illusion that is perpetuated or presented upon things, right? Because you may like things and forget who you are, right? And then you ascribe your life to things. You think you are a thing, and then once that thing does not take place, you, because your self-worth and your life is on that thing, you also gonna crumble with it, because your life is not you, it's that thing, right? So anything which is material, so earth itself, the material that we immerse, also the how about we get it. So all of these gifts, science, arts, materially speaking, also the material universe is governed by planet Saturn. What? So this is now astrology. It's governed by planet Saturn. It means that obviously also when you look at the plan, the pyramid of Maslow, the Maslow pyramids of needs, you see also the first level again is still the physiological needs. You have to take care of your food, your shelter, your clothing, your well-being, understand. And then as you go up, it's self-esteem, security, all those things. So the first tenant obviously is also when you are born, you learn firstly who you are, how to be in this universe, what this universe is about, the society, and obviously it teaches you already what is, you understand, and then it tells you also who you are, which is the wrong thing. So you learn as you grow up, you become this person, and once now you identify with obviously the things that you've been taught are the things that are you, what you think is life, and what resonates with you as what must take place in whatever form or whatever way, right? So the first tenant you must understand, because as a person you have to self-actualize. I say you have to. Beautifully so, and with respect that it would be nice for every person to self-actualize, right? But obviously the control system, the way the universe works, or the 3D world, the material universe, has made you think consciously, the conscious mind, the ego mind, that the universe is that pelele, that's the end. Things are material, hence also you think somehow your life will only change when something out there comes to save you, right? You are still in that concept of a savior, that something somewhere or someone like me must come and save me and tell me this is how you must live your life. No. You know already what you must do, right? So the savior, not that it's the mentality of a savior is wrong, because the psychology of it and how the society has propagated it has made it externally, obviously, right? That's why because Hollywood has beautifully done this also. It's not also to shift blame, but the idea of a steering, you understand, superhero, it still perpetuates that savior mentality, because when you watch these movies, in your mind subconsciously you understanding this movie in a way that there must be a situation happening, right, a problem, and there must be this one guy whom can do things that other people cannot do, and comes and saves the day, right? So that mentality now makes you not take responsibility of your life, because you think No. Something else is happening somewhere. Someone's gonna take care of me. I just have to lie down and relax. And you lie down and relax, then your life relaxes as well, right? There's this beautiful verse on Matthew says that to those that have even more, even more is given, right? And to those that don't have, even that which they have, it is taken away. Or the rich, or we can say the rich gets richer, the poorer gets poorer. So this verse again here speaks of consciousness, right? So consciously speaking, if you are in a consciousness of lack mentality, even your last 100 bucks, 1,000, your last 1,000 rand, because you're so worried about it and you have this lack mentality about it, it's gonna dissipate, it's going to disappear, and you won't know how you've used it and why you've used it, maybe rather frivolously. So you want to understand that once you have a consciousness of abundance, that you always affirm that you always have something, it's always there, it's always gonna take place. It doesn't matter how it's gonna take place. You're not even worried about the how, but you know, you have a firm conviction of who you are and what you want to do, your goals, your dreams. Then it will take place because you have no doubt about it, right? Because doubt again represents the devil, right? Because once you doubt, your ego mind is going to nicely justify why you have to doubt, and you see yourself swerving through that doubt and immersing yourself there and finding yourself comfort there. And that's not how it should be. Once you start doubting, you understand why you're doubting, but you still move on, because again, there's no perfection. You're not gonna wake up and you're feeling only positivity in your mind. There's no negativity, there's no, you understand, it's no such a thing. The power that you have is you choosing which thought to identify with, which feeling to go with. You understand? You have to decide. Wake up in the morning and say, today I am happy. Today this is what it is. This is the frequency I'm vibrating at. I'm happy. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna feel good about myself. I'm not gonna let anyone get my energy down, right? Because once your energy goes down, you understand what's gonna happen. You're still gonna feel sad. You're still gonna be this, that, moody. So understand who you are, what you're here to do, your powers, your strength, what you can do, and do that. Live your life fully from the vantage point of limitlessness, infinite abundance, not lack. Live your life from possibilities already happened. Live your life from a normality of miracles, right? But not miracles of naivety. Miracles of you knowing that you have to take action. There's a quote that says opportunity needs preparation, or something like that, or luck happens once you've taken action, or something like that. So you cannot live or sit back, think that you can only speak to your higher power and not take action, and that your higher power is going to come in and do things for you. Again, savior mentality. No one, and I still repeat in a very beautiful and respectful way, no one, nothing is going to come save you. You have to attune to that godly mentality, godly state, because actually you believe that there's some higher power out there that's looking after your life. Exactly. So now what you do is tune in to what you think that godly higher power would want you to be, right? So it's like you can't be negative and victim mode and think that that's what also your higher power wants you to be. Because your higher power, you see it as omnipotence, right? You see it as omnipresent. You see it as perfect. You see it as infinity abundant. You see it as limitless. You see it as powerful. You see it as non-bound by anything. So think now, how would it perceive you living your life and being you, right? So you can't be now, no, my life is bad. No, think, since you ascribe all of this beauty and power and everything to something else, that you say it is like this, what about you? Right? That's why now you also gonna be so scared, and the society has also made us to be scared to also say, if you say, even, it doesn't matter also how it comes, whether it comes egotistically speaking, or it comes in an ego form, or it comes in a respectful way, you're trying to make a point or something. Once you start saying you are that higher power, obviously many religions will say that you are blaspheming, right? You are disrespectful, you can't be that, right? Because they've already taught you that power is somewhere else. It can't be you. It cannot be anything that is you. That's why also slavery, that's how also slavery took place, apartheid, all these things that the history of human beings in this planet, or in this, for the last 500 years, black people have endured. It is on that propagation of your power, your sense of being, right? So they take it away, and then it say it's somewhere else, and then also they make it look like them, because they are the ones that are telling you again that this is how it's been. So that's how slavery took place. So right now, slavery is taking place in your mind, and you are making it take place without any resistance, without any form of power outside. They're telling you what to do. You're doing it yourself, right? You're enslaving. So it's like the psychological trick really worked, right? So you have to get out of the box. The box is this third dimensional world, this material world. Don't think that you're material. You have to understand that you're a manifester. You look at someone who's a billionaire, then you aspire to this someone, or this someone who's an artist, a great inspiration, and then you aspire to be this person. But at the same time, you think you can't be this person because you don't see you. It's like you think they are the way they are because they're chosen. They are special. There must be certain, there must be a certain kind of people, certain kind of bloodline that has to have such a thing, such an abundance, such a happy life. There's no such a thing. The only thing that differentiates successful people from poor people, attitude. That's it. Because you as a poor person thinks that a successful person has a perfect life, so they don't have any challenges. Trust me, life happens the same. They have challenges, it's tough everywhere, but obviously it's tough at that level they are at. And what makes them stay where they are and not come down to where you are in that poor level is because when they face a setback or a circumstance which you may see it as negative, they don't see it as negative. They see it as growth. They see it as something that they have to learn from, right? Attitude again, because again, a lion rules the animal kingdom, and it's not the strongest animal. It's not the strongest or powerful animal, but the mind, the attitude it has makes it the powerful, right? It's not stronger than an elephant or a buffalo, but because of its mindset, the energy it emits, that's what makes it who it is. So you must understand, it's not the clothing that you put on that will make you feel good. It's not the house that you're gonna get that will make you feel good. It's the decision and the energy that which you think your life is worth, like the way in which you will accord your life, the way in which you will live your life, that will make you happy. Because you can have that house and you're still that victim mode. You're still that victim person that thinks, you understand, and then you don't understand why that house is there in the first place, and then you wallow in depression. You can have that $1 billion in your account. That's why Jimmy Carrey also says, I wish every person can be successful, get all this material success, so they can see that material success is not the point. He's trying to say that's not the end point. Get your material, but move, because you still have to self-actualize. You still have to be your best version of yourself, right? Again, this is not something that will resonate with everyone, because again, we're here to learn different lessons. We're also at different levels in this lifetime, as you have incarnated in this lifetime. So you did not come here by mistake. You're here not by mistake. You're here because you have to do something. That something is known by you. It's in your heart. You know it. You just have to do it. And yeah, like, you are infinite consciousness expression in this lifetime, in this time now, and in dimension. So what you consider also as, or what you refer to as your higher power and God, is omnipotent, omnipresent, and powerful, because again is not trapped or in this dimension of time, the physicality of things, right? It's not in this time. There's not time concept that 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So also when you pray, you don't accustom your answers of those prayers to this dimension, the time frame of this dimension. You must understand there's divine timing. There's such a thing called divine timing, meaning that things are happening the way they're supposed to take place in anyhow, right? Even this moment is probably supposed to be the way it is, right? But again, you must realize you have the power to make the moment what you want it to be, right? Not only to acquiesce or to adhere to it the way it is. Take the power back. The power is within you. The power is you. You are the steering. You are the superhero. You are whom you are looking for. The greatest maze, the greatest puzzle, the greatest secret, and the greatest mind trick, mind fuck, is that whatever and whomever and however what you are looking for, which is you think is outside there, is already within you. What you're looking for out there is already within you. What you consider out there is also the higher power, is you animated itself as a human being for this moment in time. That's your power. Thank you.